Hello and welcome to Park Talton on Sunday the 21st of September the year 2003 for an extravaganza of football. And first in the opening game here in the Junior B Football Championship we have Boardsmill in blue versus St Vincent's Cat in the maroon colours. And the line out now as follows here for Boardsmill is in goals number 1 Stephen Masterson, number 2 Cormac Leonard, number 3 full back Sean Riley, and number 4 Seamus Guy. The half-back line is number 5 Jerry Jones, number 6 Daniel O'Brien, and number 7 Stephen O'Toole. Where number 8 at midfield is Danny Coogan, and number 9 is Ian McLaughlin. The Boardsmill half-forward line is number 10 is Paddy Guy, number 11 is Keith Hamilton, and number 18 is Bernard McLaughlin. And the full forward line, where number 17 Alan Ash, who's the captain, full forward number 14 Stephen Gibbons, and number 15 is David Farrell, with subs Keith Fagan, Ollie Jones, Ian Darby, John Flood, Raymond Cribben, Paul Dunn, Owen Dunn, Eric Cribben and Vinnie Guy. The St Vincent's Cat, now wearing the maroon colours, are just there playing at the hospital end at the moment. And the line out is as follows. In goals number 1 is Paul Caffrey, number 2 Jerry McNally, full back Alan Cairns, number 3 and 4 is Stephen Craig. The half back line where number 5 is Niall Tobin, number 6 the captain is Ronan Sheridan, and number 7 is Eamon Riley. And then at centre field is number 8 Fergal Carberry, and number 9 is Sean McNally. The half forward line, number 10 is Morris Carberry, and number 11 is David Callahan, and number 12 is Ian Smith. And the full forward line, number 13 is Tommy Field, number 14 Richie Dunn, and 15 is Kieran Brady, with subs Jerry Clarkin, Kieran Sharon, Paul Dunnigan, Enda Murphy, John Dunnigan, Leo Collins, Kenneth Connor, Joe Wall and Thomas Bowler. And the manager of the St Vincent's team is none other than the former Great Meath David Beggy, or known as Jinxie, with selector Brian Carberry. The management of the Boardsmill team is Mick Leonard and Anthony Riley and Desi Hamilton. Now Boardsmill, in fact, in just November the 9th, the year 2002, annexed the Junior C title, and just within 10 months now have reached their Junior B final, which is certainly a great tribute. Pats to the final. In the quarter-final, St Vincent's beat a fancied Navan O'Mahony's on a scoreline of 2-12 to Navan O'Mahony's 1-7, and in the semi-final, St Vincent's beat Longwood on a scoreline of 12 points to 1-8. In a previous encounter here between St Vincent's and Boardsmill early on in the league, Vincent's ended up with a 1 goal and 9 points victory to 2 goal and 4, just a 2-point margin on that particular day. On the other hand, Boardsmill in the quarter-final beat St Bridget's on a scoreline of 1 goal and 11 to 1-7, and in the semi-final they annexed Blackhall Gales on a scoreline of 1-8 to 2 goals and 4. Blackhall, who also are playing in the senior football final today here in Park Talton. The referee for today's game is Jerry McGivney from Simonstown Gales. And it looks like Alan Ash there of Boardsmill, wearing number 17, who has won the toss and he's decided to play towards the hospital end in the first half. The trophy for the Junior B Football Championship final is sponsored by the Ardbine Hotel.
Paul Dunnigan on the St Vincent substitutes.
I am rolling there, Eric.
Referee Jerry McGivney just about to get people in place there. Just one change on the St Vincent's. It's Sean Travers who's wearing number 18 instead of Paul Dunnigan. PRO there, Barry Gorman, just announced. Jinxie Beggy there just in front of us, coming into camera shot. Certainly a man who's given the great Meath team some enjoyment. Very happy in his coaching career at the moment. Former Navan O'Mahony's man is anxious. Right. Jerry McGivney now just about to get the 2003 Junior B Football Championship underway, and first to break there for the number 8 there, Danny Coogan, the former Dundee player. He's grounded a bit and Jerry McGivney has decided to give a free to Boardsmill. playing down towards the hospital end, hit into the forward there towards David Farrell. David Farrell going, but just it goes out over the line off the Stephen Creed there for, or the full back there, Alan Kearns for St. Vincent's, and it's a line ball to Boardsmill. Taken, but it's out to the right and wide. A bad miss there, I think, by it was Danny Coogan who took it. Was from the kick out there, taken by Paul Caffrey. Out into the middle, dropped down, broken, but gathered there well by Vincent. Kicked forward now into the forward space. Right in front of the full forward, Richie Dunn. Richie Dunn, top scorer, scored 4 points. Given out to the number 11 there. David Callahan, a chance here for Vincent's. A tackle there by the goalie, and certainly this is bound to be a score, the opening score here for Vincent. For a tackle on the, looks like the corner forward, I think, there of St. Vincent's. It's going to be Richie Dunn who's going to take it out of the hand just on the 21 metre line. Or between the 14 and the 21, a chance here now for St. Vincent's to go ahead, yes, and after just 2 minutes of play, St. Vincent have opened their account here in the Junior B title with a point there from Richie Dunn. Richie, who's son of the former Great Heart Cat official and referee Richard Dixer Dunn, who died there during the last year. He scored 5 points in the semi-final, and so also did Keith Hamilton from Boardsmill. Stephen Marston with the kick out. Stephen kicks it high into the centre, dropping, goes up there, caught there by Fergal Carberry, knocked to the ground, but eventually it's the Boardsmill man who comes away with it, sent into the forward line in towards Alan Ash there, the captain. Alan can't gather it up, instead that the ball still on the ground, gathered there by Ronan Sheridan, but it's going to be a free to Boardsmill, and the man that's going to get it is the full forward Stephen Givens. Stephen decides to leave it for Keith Hamilton. Keith Hamilton now just about 54 metres out, or just on the 45 metre line, about 54 yards. Keith comes back. Sun just coming out here in Park Talton, but a black cloud overhead, but a lowish ball dropping in. Chance here. Yes, comes there, gathered there by the Boardsmill man, but it's the 15 there, David Farrell. David has a shot. It's going to just go slightly out to the right and wide. With just 3 minutes played here in the Junior B curtain raiser here in Park Talton. It's St. Vincent's 1 point, Boardsmill no score. Slight breeze, it's hard to know what way it's blowing, maybe a little bit towards the hospital end, I suppose, Ray.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Paul Caffrey with the kick out, kicks over to the far line, drifts a little bit, but it's gathered there well by Jerry Jones. Jerry looks to be injured. Got a bad knocks there, so just going to call for some medical attention. Is he? It looks as if he got a knock on the leg. Bernie Dundas running out there. Bernie Mother of Owen, who's sub. Free taken quickly. In there towards the other midfielder, Ian McLaughlin. Ian McLaughlin gets it back out towards Keith Hamilton. Keith's shot's blocked down. Eventually comes to the Vincent's Danny Coogan. And free is taken quickly. Out now. A dangerous ball, but back well in defence there is Daniel O'Brien. The ball slips a bit, still loose, but still Daniel in pursuit. Goes to the ground, looks for a bit of support, tries to burst his way out, gets a poor kick, It just comes as short as Kieran Brady, and I think there's actually going to be a foul on the Boardsmill player, and it's going to be taken here by Stephen Masterson. Just about 25 yards out from goals. A poor pass there from Daniel O'Brien, just with the slippy conditions. The ball is back up. Up there it goes, but it's well held there by Ian Smith. Ian Smith sends it into the full forward towards Richie Dunn. Richie Dunn going to the ground for it. Pass it out. Gets in the fan. The man coming forward at this stage is Sean McNally. Sean McNally up to the number 15 there. Is it Kieran Brady? It's number 13 there, Tommy Field, and he gets a second point there for St. Vincent. So St. Vincent's now leading by 2 points. Tommy Field, the scorer. With just about 6 minutes played in this opening half of the 2003 Junior B Championship final here in Park Charlton. Stephen Marston with the kick out. Drifting out to the centre, punched on there well by Stephen O'Toole. Stephen O'Toole back to his midfield support. Gathered up there, eventually cleared down along the line, down towards the number 11 there, Keith Hamilton. Keith Hamilton sends it across towards David Farrell. David Farrell gathers there, being tackled all the time there by Alan Kieran. Still David Farrell, he's fouled, but the referee says play on. A shot is pulled on there by Alan Nash, but it's just out to the right and wide. I certainly thought that the David Farrell should have probably got a free, but the referee decided no, so he allowed play to go on, and it's a goal kick out now for Paul Caffrey and St. Vincent's. Just 7 minutes played. St. Vincent's with a 2-point lead from the kick out. The poor clearance out there, but it's well gathered eventually by Sean McNally. Sent deep up to the forward. Bit of a breeze Aidan, but it's hopped. Still very hard to control, but well gathered there by Seamus Guy. Out towards Keith Hamilton. Keith Hamilton close to the far line, being tackled all the time there by Ian McLaughlin. Trying to get a shot in. Sends it in for David Farrell, but David is held there. Alan Kearns, and Alan Kearns wins the tussle on this account, and it's going to be a free out to St. Vincent's. Allen with the kick out, well into the centre of the field. A little bit of pushing and shoving. But the Vincent man who comes forward, and the man coming forward looks to be David Callahan. On the 21 metre line, shoots and over the bar. A great point there for St. Vincent's to make it 3 points now, with just 7.5 minutes played in the Junior B Championship final. At St. Vincent's 3 points, Boardsmill no score. Stephen Masterson. Again, maybe the breeze, maybe Aidan at this stage, maybe Aidan to Vincent's. It does seem to be blowing towards the O'Mahony's end. Stephen Masterson with the kick out, but well caught there by Ian McLaughlin. Ian McLaughlin gets it down, gets it back there to support. Up towards the full forward line, Stephen Gibbons, but Stephen can't hold on to it, instead breaking loose, but the ball is fairly wet conditions, and it's gathered up off the ground there by Sean McNally, and Sean, the referee, decides to give a free to Boardsmill. Danny Coogan is going to take it. Danny, a former Dundee player, sends it in high up towards the full forward line. David Farrell punched it down, but it's going to be taken away here by the Yard Cat team. But well blocked there, but well held still by Stephen Creed. Stephen Creed close to the line, but gets it down along the way, but it's well intercepted there by Daniel O'Brien. Daniel O'Brien is fouled, and it's going to be a free to Boardsmill, and just inside the Yard Cat 50 metre line, taken quickly with no by Danny Coogan over to the far corner, looking for Alan Nash, the captain. Alan Turner now with the shot. Does it look good? Yeah, but it's just out to the right and wide. A very good attempt there by Alan Nash, but just narrowly wide. Still 3 points to no score in favour of St Vincent's, with just 10 minutes played in the opening half here of the Junior B 2003 Championship final. The breeze just starting to get a little bit high again. Paul Caffrey with the kick out for Ardcath. Ardcath, who used to be senior in 1955, actually beat Kells Harps in the senior final of 1955. Subsequently went down to intermediate and have gone down to junior, but broken down the middle of the field. It's gathered there by Ian McLaughlin. Ian goes to the ground, wins the free, and it's going to be a free to Boardsmill. He's going to leave it to Danny Coogan. Danny looking for support, sends it up. The target man's here, seems to be David Farrell, wearing number 15, the tall red-headed man, but it's well gathered there by the Ardcath, taken by Jerry McNally. Jerry McNally over to the far sideline. Over there towards the full back, Alan Kearns. Alan Kearns gets it into the middle of the field, very close to the line, being chased there over the line by the Ardcath man, Ian Smith, and it's going to be a free to Boardsmill. Sent into the centre up towards full forward Stephen Gibbons. Stephen, who's playing out on the 50-metre line, but is eventually gathered up there well by Paddy Guy. Paddy Guy gets it back towards Stephen Gibbons. Stephen Gibbons sends it across. A chance here now, a good move here by Boardsmill. Stephen O'Toole going forward. Stephen O'Toole going forward, being tackled there all the time by Maurice Carberry, but Stephen shot it out to the right and wide. Certainly a good move there, but just again slightly left of the post. Paul Caffrey with the kick out again. Paul sends it past the 50-metre line, broken down, but a great catch there by Danny Coogan. Danny Coogan showing the class. Again aims up to the full forward again, broken down, a dangerous ball, but it comes into Alan Nash. Alan Nash with the chance. Oh, great save there by the goalkeeper Paul Caffrey, taken out of danger there by the Ardcath man. The man that gets it out there is Ronnie Sheridan. Ronnie Sheridan, but it comes back to the centre of the field. It's still Boardsmill. Ian McLaughlin. Ian McLaughlin gets it out to Paddy Guy. Paddy Guy close to the far line, being tackled there well by Eamon Riley. Still Paddy with the shot. It's high, it looks good. Yes, oh, it's just out to the right and wide. It looks certainly as if it had a point written all over it, but just it wasn't to be. With just 13 minutes played, it's still St Vincent's 3 points. Boardsmill no score, but certainly Boardsmill have been unlucky in the last few minutes and have certainly been putting under pressure. Paul Caffrey kicking it out. Again the ball broken down, but it's pushed on there by Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, but it's only as far as the Ardcath man, and the man that has it is Sean McNally. Sean McNally sends it into 10, but it's well intercepted there by Stephen O'Toole. Stephen O'Toole loses it, but it's the Ardcath man is on going forward at the moment, and the man that's going forward is David Callahan. David, who got a point before, gets another one there to make it 4 points now for St Vincent's. With just almost 13 minutes played, it's St Vincent's 4 points, Boardsmill no score. Certainly just scores that's coming against the run of play to favour Vincent's at this stage. Stephen Maston with the kick out. Stephen drops it up. The sun is coming out here in Park Talton, but it's broken down, a scrappy ball with no clear possession, but there's alleged foul on the Boardsmill player, and there's going to be a free. It's going to be taken quickly by Jerry Jones. Jerry gets it up towards the Alan Nash. Alan Nash over to the far corner, over here towards the number 18, the sub there, Bernard McLaughlin. Bernard now gets it back towards Alan. Alan with the shot, it looks good, yes. Oh, it just hits off the upright and comes back out again. Out there gathered well by Eamon Riley, but only as far as Ian McLaughlin. Ian McLaughlin with the shot. It's drifting, but it's very much out to the right and wide. Certainly an opportunity there to just hit off the upright there by Alan Nash, and still 4 points to no score in favour of St Vincent's. with just 15 minutes, the first quarter of the first half, or the first half of the just 15 minutes played. Paul Caffrey with the kick out. Again, the ball is drifting loose to the centre. A little bit of pushing and shoving, but it's the man that's David Callaghan who's fouled, and there's going to be a free to David Callaghan. Taken quickly up to the full forward line. A dangerous move here, but it's going to be left go over the line to go wide by Stephen Maston. The breeze probably aiding Vincent at this stage, but Boardsmill needing a point there or score to settle down. Stephen with the kick out past the 50-metre line. Great catch there by Danny Coogan, but Danny's ball is broken down. Eventually comes for a bit of a tussle there between Ian McLaughlin, but eventually it's caught by Ian McLaughlin, the midfielder, down towards Stephen Gibbon. Stephen Gibbon's on the halfway line, but he's fouled by Eamon Riley, and there's going to be a free to Stephen. There's one of the players there for Boardsmill is down injured. It looks as if it's Ian McLaughlin. Ian has been playing very effective there at midfield. It's going to be Danny Coogan who's going to take this free. But he's back on his feet. Ian McLaughlin back on his feet. Johnny McGivney just calling back the ball for just about 65 metres out. Taken high, dangerous ball, drifting again into the full forward. Gathered there, caught by Paddy Guy. A bit of a scrumble in there, comes out again. David Farrell just can't get it. Conditions slippy, but it's the yard cat man who comes away with it, but it's still on the ground. The referee says play on. David Farrell gathers her up. I don't know how he is, but the referee is allowing a little bit of a scrum when he decides to penalise the Boardsmill team and gives a free out. And Alan Cairns saying that's grand. I'll take my time, relieving the pressure there. Bit scrappy, but maybe it's just with the conditions and the slippy ball. It's very difficult just to get clean play. Allen with the kick out, sends it well into the middle. Up goes, great catch there by Danny Coogan. Danny gets it back towards Ian McLaughlin. Ian McLaughlin out there towards Stevie Gibbons. Stephen sends it up now into Bernard McLaughlin, but it's a little bit close to the line. In fact, it's going to go over the line, so it's going to be a line ball for Jerry McNally and St. Vincent's. Jerry with the shot down along the line. When it comes there, it's going to be gathered up there by Stephen O'Toole. Stephen sends it low down along the line, down towards Bernard McLaughlin. Bernard can't control it, but the ball is still broken loose. Waiting for it there is Stevie Gibbons. Stephen just looks for a bit of support, sends it across, finds Ian McLaughlin. Ian McLaughlin out in his own, just back almost in the centre of the field, but Ian gives a quick, dubious kind of a pass. He gets it out towards his fellow player, but the ball is sent down and there's going to be a free for a foul on David Farrell. A great interception there by Cormac Leonard, sent down for David Farrell. David is fouled and it's a free now, and an opportunity here for Keith Hamilton to open the score here for Boardsmill. Just 4 points for the Vincent, no score for Boardsmill, and just 19 minutes played in the opening half here of the Junior B 2003 Football Championship final. Keith now just a chance to settle down Boardsmill. Certainly they've just missed a little bit of opportunity, been unlucky, but the ball looks good, and it's over the bar for the opening score for Boardsmill and Keith Hamilton. With just almost 20 minutes played, it's Boardsmill's first. There's only 3 points between the sides. The crowd filling up here in Park Tolton. As I said at the start, an extravaganza football. The intermediate final with Carnaross v O'Mahuna and Blackhall v Simonstown Gales in the first ever Senior Football Championship final between these two sides. From the kick out, it's well caught there by Fergal Carberry. Fergal is fouled, or Sean McNally actually. Sean is fouled and is free, taken quickly up towards Richie Dunn, but well intercepted there by Sean Riley. Sean Riley clears her out down towards Stephen Gibbons. Stephen can't get to it. Instead of that, it's the Ardcat man who comes away with it, and the man who comes away with it is the number 6 there, Ronan Sheridan, the captain. He's fouled, and there's going to be a free from just at the halfway line. Sent up quickly towards the other corner, forward towards Kieran Brady or Tommy Field. Tommy Field, the point scorer, gets it back again here towards number 6, Ronan Sheridan. Ronan Sheridan, the cappy on the 40, sends a low ball in towards Richard Dunn, but the ball comes out. It's dangerous ball here, a chance here for the Vincents, but it's out to the right and wide. Certainly a big miss of an opportunity there by, I think it was Ian Smith who took it, but certainly a missed opportunity there. It's still 4 points to 1 point in favour of St Vincent's with just 21 minutes played. Stephen Maston now with the kick out again. Desi Hamilton just kind of saying he's happy enough, I suppose, with his charges. Second half might bring a bit of luck, a little bit of holding and pushing. Ball broken down, but it eventually comes to the number 2 there, Cormac Lennon. Cormac who's decided to play a little bit, and the referee Jerry McGivney decides to blow up or throw up the ball. I was going to say blow up it, but throw it up. I don't know why. It seemed to be a little bit difficult, but it goes up between Ian McLaughlin, and again he decides to give the free, this time to the Vincents. Fergal Carberry, number 12, sorry, Ian Smith, who takes it, a dangerous ball, drops in the square. Is it going to be a free out? It is allegedly a square ball. Stephen Masson now with the kick out. 22 and a half minutes played at this stage in the first half. St Vincent's 4 points, Boardsmill 1 point. Stephen Maston with the kick out, sent out to the far line. A little bit of pushing and shoving, but it's eventually gathered there by David Callahan. David with the shot, drifting in, but a great save there by Stephen Maston. Stephen now looking for a bit of clearance, decides to give a long one out towards the far line. Up again, there goes Ian Smith. It's going to be a line ball, and it's eventually going to be St Vincent's. Ian Smith decides to go for the long ball again. These dangerous balls, they can certainly drift in. Ball a bit slippy, but the referee alleges there's been a little bit of argy-bargy in there, and he decides to give the free to Boardsmill. But it was well caught there by Ian McLaughlin anyway. Stephen with the kick out, drifting into the centre, broken down there, not held by Danny Coogan, breaks loose, comes there towards Fergal Carberry. Fergal sends it down to the line, but it's a little bit ambitious there for Kieran Brady or Tommy Field, and it's going to be actually a line ball to Seamus Guy. Seamus takes it up towards the full forward there. Stephen Gibbons, who's playing all over the place, tries to open it up a little bit, but the ball broken down cleanly. Keith Hamilton trying to get it, but eventually he pulls and drags the Vincent's man Sean McNally down. He's going to get a book, a yellow card. I'd say it's going to be the first yellow card of the game, and it's going to unfortunately go to or no, he's just tagged. There's no yellow card taken there by Sean McNally. Sean sends it up there towards Tommy Field. Tommy Field, the point scorer, out in the 50-metre line, has a high drifting shot, looking in there for the full forward line, but the ball breaking, looks coming out, a dangerous ball again, but Vincents are still in control. The shot taken by the number 12 Ian Smith, but it's out to the right and wide. Just 25 minutes played in this opening half here at the Junior B Football Championship final. Vincent's 4 points, Boardsmill 1 point. Stand almost full at this stage. Stephen Maston with the kick out here for Boardsmill. Sends it into the centre. Again, the ball is punched down, broken out, but a chance here for the Vincents and the man Ian Smith going forward. Ian turns, a shot at a point. Yes, and it's over the bar to extend the Vincents' lead. So it's 5 points now for the Cat side. The referee is called for a bit of medical attention. Could be Cormac Leonard who's down, is it? It looks like it. Yes, recovered. Cormac has moved out more or less to a central role at this stage. He's playing as a kind of an extra midfielder for some of the game. But the magical bottle yet works wonders again. Stephen Maston now with the kick out again. 5 points to 1 in favour of Vincent's. Almost 27 minutes played, 26 and a half. Back again, the ball brought down, but it's the Vincents who go forward. And the man there is David Callahan. David Callahan gets his ball out. Comes across there towards the captain there, Ronan Sheridan. Ronan is fouled. Gets a free, sends it up quickly up towards Richard Dunn. Richard Dunn comes out in front. Been tackled there by Sean Riley. Has a shot, but it's going to drift out to the left and wide. Still 5 points to 1. 27 minutes played. Will probably be due an extra minute or so of injury time. Stephen Maston with the kick out again. Stephen shots drifting out. A dangerous ball coming out there towards Jerry Jones. Jerry won't hold on to it. Instead of that, it's Tommy Field who does. And Tommy with the shot, highly over the bar, highly accurate. Another point to extend the Vincent's lead. Tommy Field's second point there. With just 28 and a half minutes played. It's 6 points in favour of the Vincents. 1 point for Boardsmill. Vincent's just looking that little bit stronger, but talking to Jinxie Beggy there before the game, he said it's the first final the Vincents have been in years, so he was certainly not upbeat about it. Stephen with the kick out. But again, it's well held there by Sean McNally. Sean is fouled, and there's going to be a free to the Vincents from the centre of the field. It's going to be taken by Ian Smith. Ian with the shot, drifting, dangerous. Goalkeeper gives it out. Well held there by Sean Riley. Sean Riley sends it out to the centre, down towards Paddy Guy. Broken down, gathered there eventually by Stephen O'Toole. Stephen O'Toole there, but gets it back out, and it's the Vincent's man who comes forward. Ian Smith. Ian Smith sends it into the cross to the centre, in towards the full forward line. Sold a dummy, but it's Sean Riley lucky enough, he keeps his eye on it. Gets it out here towards Stephen Gibbons. Stephen Gibbons on his own on this side of the field. Comes now just about 60 metres in, goes into the target, sends it in there, but the goalkeeper is going to get to it. Paul Caffrey runs fairly close to it, eventually gets it back there towards Alan Kearns. Alan Kearns now looks for a bit of support, gets it in the form of Ronan Sheridan. Ronan Sheridan out to the centre, but there's a foul there on the Vincent's man, and it looks as if Ian McLaughlin, who just gathered the ball, but there was a little bit of a tussle with the Vincent's man. It's either Niall Talon or Eamon Riley. Niall Talon looks to have just got a belt in the mouth. And we're going to have a blood substitution. Brian Carberry there, who's over coaching. There is going to have to be a blood substitution in the county. And the blood substitute, just with Jinxie at the moment, looks to be the number 17, and that's Kieran Sheridan.
Substitution on the St Vincent's team, number 17, Kieran Sheridan, replaces number 8, Fergal Carberry.
Ronan Sheridan with the free, taken quickly, but it's gathered there by
There
Daniel
will be at least 1 minute of additional time.
1 minute of additional time, but it's still the Vincent's going forward. And the man there is David Callahan. David shots blocked. It's going to be a line ball to the Vincent's. About 30 metres out on the stand side. The breeze getting fairly up here in Park Talton, and certainly will play a significant role. Tommy Field looks to be the man that's going to take it. Tommy has scored 2 points so far. Comes up, it's the shot. But it's going nowhere. A little bit of fouling and scribbling. It's Stephen O'Toole gets a hand to it and eventually gets her out there towards Daniel O'Brien. Daniel is fouled and it's going to be a free out. Johnny McGivney just lost his pencil at the minute, but he has it again. And now we're just 31 minutes played. We're certainly into injury time at this stage. Referee has just done a little bit of booking again, or tagging. Taken out to the centre, drop down, but can't hold on to there by Paddy Guy. Comes away again, and it's the Vincent who's coming away, and it's Maurice Carberry. Maurice Carberry, brother of Fergal, fouled on the 50-metre line. Chance here, Tommy Field. 50-metre line. A 45-metre line, sorry, 50-yard line. Tommy Field just comes back to it now. It's about 44 yards. Certainly scoreable. Six points for the Vincents. 1 point for Boardsmill. The shot looks high, it's good, and it's over the black spot, and it's a great. Another point for Tommy Field, and it extends the Vincents' lead at this stage. And the referee, Jeremy McGivney, blows. And the half-time score in Park Talton in the 2003 Junior B Football Championship final is St Vincent's 7 points, Boardsmill 1 point. Referee Jerry McGivney just about to get the second half on the way here in Park Talton. Sun coming out, the breeze still high, the crowd coming in. 2 more great games in place. The intermediate final between Carnaross and O'Mahony's, and the senior football championship final between Blackhall and Simonstown. At half time here, it's
St Vincent's team. Kieran Sheridan is now a full substitution on the St Vincent's team.
Referee Jeremy McGivney starts the second half, and first to go to it there is the Vincents, and the Vincents man there is Sean McNally. Sean McNally sends it up in towards the full corner towards Tommy Field. Tommy Field now playing over in the far corner, tries to turn them close to the line there, being tackled there by Seamus Guy. Gets it into the centre to the full forward, by the full back there, but it's in towards the full forward there. Richie Dunn, Richie with the shot. It's drifting across the goals, but Stephen Marston is following suit. Gets it, kicks it out here. Clearance up there towards Cormac Leonard, or towards Paddy Guy. Paddy is fouled, and there's going to be a free for Boardsmill. Paddy sends it deep into the centre, up pulls the full forward line, comes out there towards Stephen Gibbons, but Stephen can't hold on to it. It comes back there towards the Vincent's David Callahan. David Callahan now playing in midfield, sends it down, but it's gathered there well eventually by Maurice Carberry. Maurice Carberry, whose brother Fergal there had to go off with injury, seemingly brought off to the hospital there. So there's a foul now for Vincent's, just from about the halfway line. A foul there, I think it was on Ian Smith. Sean Carberry takes it. Ball drifting down, but well held there by the experienced Shamey Guy. Shamey Guy now looks for a bit of support, sends it back into the centre again, but again it's well caught there by the Vincent's man. The Vincent's man, the number 9 there, is a fair Sean McNally. Sean McNally gets it out to the wing, out there, and chance here now for the Vincent's, and the man going forward is the number 10 there, Maurice Carberry, but the shot is out to the left and wide. Just a minute and a half played at 7 points to 1. Stephen Maston now with the kick out again. I'd say Boardsmill playing with the breeze maybe. Drifting into the centre. But again, well caught there by Danny O'Brien. Danny O'Brien is fouled and there's going to be a free from just outside the Boardsmill 50-metre line. Danny decides to take it himself. Danny sends a high drifting ball, dropping up there towards Stephen Gibbons. Stephen can't hold on to it. Instead of that, it's the Vincent's man who does, goes to the ground there, clears it back in, still on the ground. Bit of a scramble, the substitution there. Bernard McLaughlin there is foul, or is the ball handled on the ground? I think it's going to be a free out for Vincent's. Looks to be an injury on Stephen Creed. Or Jerry McNally. Jerry McNally, I think, is down to the ground. Substitute warming up there for the Vincents. Looks to be 19. It's Sean Old-Travers, I think. Or 19 is actually Enda Murphy. Enda Murphy. David Beggy just running out to see what way his charges. Just 3 minutes gone in the second half. Vincent's with a 7 points to 1 point lead, 6 points to differ. But he's back on his feet. Yes, it's Jerry McNally who was injured. But the free taken down, well won there, back towards Stephen Gibbons. Stephen Gibbons in the centre of the field, sends it high up to the full forward line. The chance here is going to bounce over the goal. That's actually a goal for Boardsmill there. A great kick there by Stephen Gibbons from about 50 metres out. Drifts past the goalie and back into the back of the certainly Boardsmill are back in contention now. A goal there is certainly a chance opportunity. So now there's only 3 points between the sides, and certainly we could be in for a very exciting climax with just almost 5 minutes played now in the second half. Another 25 minutes of normal time remaining. Boardsmill have got a lifeline. It comes out, and now they're certainly going to capitalise on it. Keith Hamilton now. Keith gathers the ball, wins the free, and he decides to leave it there for Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones now about 15 metres in from the far sideline. Jerry with the shot. He's going to drift it in high. Take a chance. Stephen Gibbons is in, the man who got the scorer. Back out again towards Keith Hamilton, waiting for it, but it's the Vincents who take it away, or try to take it away. Eventually it's Sean McNally. Sean McNally is fouled, and there's going to be a free to the Vincents just about 50 metres out. Just 3 points of a deficit now with the Vincents. The lead slashed from 6 points to 3. Taken quickly over there towards Ian Smith. Ian Smith missed it, and it's going to be Ian McLaughlin going for it, but Ian won't get it. It's still pulled on the ground, and it's the Vincent's man who's going forward at this stage. And the Vincent's man is the number 15 there, Kieran Brady. Kieran Brady gets it back out there towards the number 7, Eamon Riley. Eamon Riley with a shot across, a dangerous shot across there towards Tommy Field. Tommy Field turning, looks, makes an angle for himself, has a shot, yes, and it's over the bar. And the Vincents are back in control again. That's 8 points now. Another point there for Tommy Field. That's his 4th, I think, so far. The tall number 13 player and free taker certainly has scored 4 out of the 8-point tally. With just 6 minutes played in the second half here. Still 4 points between the sides. St Vincent's 8 points. Boardsmill 1 goal and 1. That's 4 points to 8. Subs warming up for both teams at the moment. Again from the drift out. Chance there, missed there by Danny O'Brien. Comes through, but it's gathered there well by the Vincent's David Callahan. David Callahan going forward, but his shot's blocked. Pulled on the ground. Referee Jerry McGivney says play on. It comes back there towards the number 10, Maurice Carberry. Maurice Carberry sends a high drifting shot, but the wind is tending to curl it. Up there, but the big man goes up again for it, but it comes down there as far as Ian McLaughlin. Ian McLaughlin for Boardsmill sends it down. Now trying to get his side going, down towards Alan Nash, the captain. Alan can't gather. Eventually it comes to the Boardsmill, or to the Ardcat men. Clear there, Niall Talon over to the far side, over towards Tommy Field. Tommy can't control it but pulls it on the ground. Been tackled all the time there by Shamey Guy. Still on the 21 metre line, the ball drifting, but it's Shamey who's managed to steal the advantage, gets ahead. Been tackled now, is he going to win a free? Been blocked there, been dispossessed, but eventually gets it back out there towards Danny Coogan. Danny Coogan now over on the far line, sends it out. A chance here, gathered well in the middle there by Paddy Guy. Paddy can't hold on to it, instead of that the Vincent's man does, Sean McNally. Chance now here for McNally, kicks it up towards David Callaghan. David Callaghan back out now to the captain, Ronan Sheridan. Ronan Sheridan on the 50 metre line, tries to make an angle from shot. The shot's high, drifting, but out to the hospital side and wide. With just 7.5 minutes played, it's still 8 points for the Vincents. 1 goal and 1 point for Boardsmill. That's certainly Stephen Gibbons' kick from the centre of the field, drifting into the back of the net, certainly gave the Boardsmill men a lifeline. From the kick out there, Paul Caffrey kicks it out again, or it's Stephen Master. Stephen kicks it out, but it's the Vincent's man going forward again, and the charge is Ian Smith. Ian Smith is fouled, and is there going to be a free? Yes, I think there's going to be a free, and there's a little bit of a booking again. A yellow card this time. Looks to be Tommy Field now going to take this free. Looking there on Danny O'Brien, was it? Tommy now with a chance to extend the Vincent's lead. 8 points, 4 points to differ. Tommy comes up now, just about 23 metres out. Shots high, yes, and it's over the bar for another point for Tommy Field and another point for the Vincents. 9 points now for the Vincents to Boardsmill 1-1, a 5-point deficit again. Just almost 9 minutes played in the second half. Stephen Maston with the kick out. Boardsmill warming up. It looks like Owen Dunn is going to come into the play, but it's Danny Coogan. Danny Coogan gets the ball, gets it back there towards Danny O'Brien. Danny O'Brien sends it forward, up there towards David Farrell, but it's dispossessed. But the man going chasing it again is Stephen Gibbons. Stephen tries to gather. Stephen with the shot. It's an ambitious kind of a shot. It could go, it's drifting, but it's back out, and it's kept in play there by Jerry McNally. But his has gone out for 45. It has, the umpire says. So it's a 45 to St. Vincent's. St. Vincent's in no hurry at this stage. They're side ahead with 10 minutes gone, just 20 minutes remaining. The capacity crowd here in Park Talton, the stand is full at this stage. Most people anticipating that there could be showers in the afternoon. It's going to be Keith Hamilton is going to take this free. Difficult angle, but certainly Keith has the accuracy to score it. And certainly his side need another point at this stage to narrow the gap. Just about 15 metres in from the far line. Keith comes up. Drifting, yes, and it's over the bar. Great accuracy there, and another point there for Boardsmill and Keith Hamilton's second point. One goal and 2. That's 5 points to 9 points in favour of St. Vincent's. Just 11 minutes played. Paul Caffrey placing the ball for the kick out. It looks as if there's going to be 2 substitutions fairly soon on the Boardsmill teams. Drifting out in the centre again, Danny Coogan gathers, but it eventually goes to dispossessed there by Sean McNally, but there's a free taken quickly for Boardsmill down towards the 12 there, Ian Smith, who's playing centre half forward now, and there's going to be a chance here. There's 2 substitutions coming on, and the substitutions is number 5, which looks to be Jerry Jones, has been replaced. And he's going to be replaced by the number 20, which is Ian Darby. And I'd say Owen Dunn is about to make a comeback. Owen, who's the son of Barney, but he's still waiting, has been out with injury.
Number 5, Jerry Jones.
Richie Dunn now with this free, ambitious, out of the hands. Does it look good? But it's out to the right and wide. Nine points to 1-2, yes, and there is another substitution. And the man that's coming off there is Bernard McLaughlin, 18, who's going to be replaced by Owen Dunn. Owen, who played a very significant role in the former Meath minor in the
substitution of the Boardsmill team,
Junior C final. Out with injury, but being replaced there. So this will be interesting to see how significant this will be. 13 minutes played in the second half. Boardsmill, Vincent's leading by 9 points to 1 goal and 2. A chance here for the Vincents and the man Ian Smith with the shot. Another point for Ian Smith and another point to extend the Vincent's lead. I think it's the second point there for Ian Smith. And my sums is right. Ray is now no help to me at this stage, but it's 10 points now for the Vincents. 1 goal and 5, so 5 points to differ. Substitutions for Boardsmill. See if it'll make the difference. Still about 16 minutes of play left. Stephen Maston with the kick out, drifting out. Gathered, going close to the line. It's going to be won there by Eamon Riley. Eamon Riley, a bit of a scrum. Tries to get it eventually, a bit of a scrum, but Jerry McGivney says play on and decides to give the free to Boardsmill for overholding of the ball. Stephen O'Toole wasting no time. Keith Hamilton sends it in high out towards Owen Dunn, but Owen can't win it in this case. Brought down there by the full back there. Alan Kearns is having a great game for the Vincents, and there's going to be a free taken quickly by Ronan Sheridan. Ronan Sheridan gets it down towards Ian Smith. Ian Smith sends it over towards the big Tommy Field. Hops off Tommy, bounces back, but he's still trying to gather it on the 50-metre line. Decides to leave it for Ronan Sheridan. Ronan Sheridan gets a hand pass on out towards number 10 there, Morris Carberry. Morris Carberry along the far line, being tackled there by the substitution, Ian Darby. Still chasing it. It's gone a little bit too far, still kept in play, doing a little bit of the soccer tactic of the foreign game at this stage, but the ball is still in play. Back towards Tommy Field. Tommy Field going forward, but the referee, I think, has blown that the ball was actually wide, so he's decided to give it kick out to Stephen Masterson and Boardsmill. 10 points in favour of Vincent's, 1 goal and 2 in favour of Boardsmill. Almost 15 minutes. We're into the fourth quarter of this game, but it's Ian McLaughlin who's waiting there for it. Ian sends it down low, up towards Owen Dunn, but it's gathered there well by Paddy Guy. Paddy is fouled, and it's a free. A chance here now for Boardsmill. Boardsmill badly need a goal at this stage. But I think it's going to be Keith Hamilton. He'll probably have a go. Almost similar to the last free he converted. If he were to do this, it would just leave 4 points between the sides. Keith come up, he has the accuracy from before. Comes up, kicks, it's high, and it's over the bar and looks very good. There's another point there for Boardsmill and Keith Hamilton's third point. So it's 10 points to 1 goal and 3, just 4 points between the sides. Still 16 minutes just played, about 14 minutes of normal time left without whatever injury time. Vincent's lead by 4 points. Paul Caffrey with the kick out, drifting well past the middle, well caught fielded there. Stephen McNally broken down, but it's the Vincents who go forward, a little bit ambitious, out over the far line, and it's going to be a sideline just about 50 metre out from the Boardsmill goals. The man that's going to take it is Danny O'Brien. Danny kicks it high, up into space, looking for Owen Dunn, up towards David Farrell, but David Farrell in this case is handed by Jerry McNally. Jerry McNally gathers the ball, gets it out, and there's another line ball, but the referee, I think, has decided that he was going to give a free in the first place to the Vincents. And he does. Free to the Vincents. Taken up for Owen Smith. Dropping down. Well kept in play there by Ian Darby. Ian Darby now close to the line. Gets it back for support. Gets it back towards Stephen O'Toole. Stephen O'Toole sends it up towards Owen Dunn now. Owen Dunn is first touch of the ball. Owen going forward. Very powerful advance on the 25-metre line. Hits it across towards the full forward, Stephen Gibbons. And Stephen hits it over the bar and the sides to bring us. There's only 3 points between the sides now. A great Owen Dunn, Stephen Gibbons combination. Stephen Gibbons after scoring. Oh, it's a 45 actually. I thought it was a free. I thought it was a point, but seemingly it was a 45. But certainly Keith Hamilton with a chance now to narrow the gap, and that'll just leave a goal or 3 points between the sides. 18 minutes played. It looked with all the excitement that it was a point, but obviously not. It's still 10 points for the Vincent. 1 goal and 3 for Boardsmill. Keith Hamilton now just coming up dead straight in front of the goals. He's had the accuracy before, and I'm sure he'll have the accuracy this time. He hits it high, but it's out to the right and wide. So that was a bad miss. Certainly Boardsmill needed that point. It was probably a better angle than before, but howsoever, a little bit of a wind could have drifted us. Paul Caffrey now with the kick out. Still Vincent's 10 points, 1 goal and 3 for Boardsmill. 18.5 minutes played. From the kick out, it's still Alan Nash. Alan Nash going forward, looking for a bit of support. Being brought to the ground on the 50-metre line. A chance here. Yes, I think Keith's going to have a go again, and certainly Keith certainly has the ability to score this one from the same position as before. I'm sure he'll make it count this time. It comes up, hits it, but it's drifted to the other side. No, still kept in play. Yes, and it's over the bar there, kept in play by, I thought, Ian McLaughlin, and punched over the bar, so it does count. It's 1 goal and 4 for Boardsmill. Ian McLaughlin just caught a ball that was drifting out to the right or left, wide, and punched it over the bar. So it's 1 goal and 4. It's 10 points in favour of Vincent, just 3 points between the sides, and we're into about almost 20 minutes played. 10 minutes remaining. Just 3 points separate the sides. From the kick out, well drifting into the goals, up to the middle of the field, kept in play, but it's going to be the Vincent's man who's going to win the free, and the man that wins it there is Niall Talon. Niall Talon gives it to Ronan Sheridan. Ronan Sheridan with the kick, sends it in towards Vinny Guy, but Vinny can't hold on to it, but instead of that it comes towards Ian Darby. Ian Darby close to the line. In fact, it's going to be a line ball, and it's going to be to the Vincents. It looks like Tommy Field is going to be the man that's taking it. Difficult angle, probably about 35 metres out from the hospital side. Hits it, drifting well, but it's going to be out to the right and wide. David Beggy just ordering on the side. Just 21 minutes played. Stephen Masson with the kick out. And it's going to be Boardsmill who go ahead. It's Keith Hamilton. Keith Hamilton now sends it up deep, up towards Owen Dunn. Owen tries to gather it, but punched out of it, but Owen's still chasing. So also is Niall Talon. But it's Niall Talon who comes away with it. But it's still back, and it's Owen Dunn who gathers close to the line, still being harassed. Owen's very strong going forward, but dispossessed there by Niall Talon. And eventually it's Ronan Sheridan who comes away with it from King, but it's a bad shot. It only comes down as far as the sub, Ian Darby. Ian Darby gets it out towards Keith Hamilton. Keith Hamilton sends it high into the centre. A dangerous ball, but caught well there by Alan Kearns. Alan Kearns gets it back out again, looks for the 1-2. looking down along the line, sends it low down. A chance there towards David Callahan. David Callahan keeps it in play, gets it across towards the number 9 there, the midfielder, Sean McNally. Sean is quite, sends it into the far corner, over there towards Tommy Field. Tommy can't hold on to it, it's going to be a line ball to Boardsmill. The Vincent looks to be warming up a sub there. Looks to be Paul Dunigan. Taken quickly there by Vinny Guy, up along the line. Gathered there by Ian McLaughlin, but still brought to the ground. It's Stephen Gibbons who gets it. Stephen Gibbons tries to look up and send it up to David Farrell, but it goes over the line. It's going to be a line ball for the Vincents. Ronan Sheridan with the shot. Bad shot, it's deflected, a little bit scrappy at this stage, but the referee decides to penalise the Boardsmill players for a foul on the Vincent guys, and there's going to be a free to the Vincents, gives them a chance to slow it down. 10 minutes, just almost 23 minutes played. Basically in towards Tommy Field. Tommy can't hold on to it and eventually pushed it out over the line. And Vinny Guy is going to take, or Seamus Guy is going to take the line ball now for Boardsmill. Seamus takes it. Boardsmill trying to run on a few subs, but it's back in there and it's going to be Vincent's going forward again. Morris Carberry. Morris shot, but it's well held there by Seamus Guy. Cleared into the centre. Up goes Alan Nash. Alan tries to punch onto it. Ball going forward, but it's going to be back towards Stephen Gibbons. Stephen Gibbons, who's certainly playing a central role. He's playing all over the place at this stage. Sends the ball up. A chance here now, and it comes up to Owen Dunn. Owen with the shot. A chance here for Alan Nash, but it's out to the right and out for a 45. A great deflection there, a great bit of defensive play by the Vincent's players. I'm just trying to see who it was. It was the number 2 there. It was certainly Jerry McNally, who certainly got a vital deflection across there from Owen Dunn to Alan Nash, deflected out to the right. A chance now for Keith Hamilton to narrow the gap. It's slightly right of centre. There is a substitution coming on for the Vincents, and it's going to be Paul Tunigan.
On the St. Vincent's team,
number
18, Sean O'Travers.
Sean O'Travers.
Number 10, Morris Carberry.
So Sean O'Travers, who's replaces Morris Carberry. Still 10 points to 1 goal and 4. 10 points to 7. Almost coming up to 25 minutes left. Keith Hamilton with a chance, slightly right of centre from where we stand. A chance here to narrow, and this would only leave 2 points between the sides. He comes up, he hits it. And it looks good, yes, it's over the bar for another point for Boardsmill and Keith Hamilton. Keith, I think, will score a total of 4 points to his tally. It's 1 goal and 5. And there's a substitution coming in for Boardsmill.
Number 13, Eric Cribben replaces number 15, David Farrell.
Eric Cribben comes in there as 13 as David Farrell. So, still about 4.5 minutes of normal time left in this half. It's 10 points to 1 goal and 5. Just 2 points between them. Alan Nash there just receiving some attention. Is he going to be replaced? Looks as if he is. Seems as if he's going to be replaced, and the man that's coming on there is the number 12, Vinny Guy. Vinny Guy, who played in the Junior C title, but he has to wait. Guy goes on. Self and Anna Kieran's just getting a get to know you competition. Just almost 27 minutes played. Paul Caffrey with the kick out. A vital few minutes here. Stephen O'Toole breaks it down, but eventually it's the Vincent's man who comes away, brought to the ground unceremoniously. It's the midfielder there, Stephen McNally, and it's going to be a free for the Vincents, but it's a chance here now for the Vincents to extend the lead. A dangerous, just 2-point lead at this stage. It's going to be Richard Dunn who's going to take it. Richard, who scored 5 points in the semi-final, is going to opt for taking it out of the hand. Shot is high, but it's out to the right and wide. Still 2 points between the sides as we come into the last couple of minutes here in Park Talton in the Junior B 2003 Football Championship Final. It's St Vincent's 10 points, Boardsmill 1 goal and 5. That's 8 points. 2 points separate them. Referee Jeremy McGivney, I think, just checking what amount of time is going to be added on. It could be 1 or 2 minutes. It could certainly be vital at this stage, with almost 28 minutes played. Stephen Masterson with the kick out for Boardsmill. Boardsmill, the 2002 Junior C champions, trying to go one better with the Junior B, but it's the Vincent's man who catches away there, Ian Smith. Ian Smith gets it out, a high drifting ball up towards Richard Dunn. So there's about 3 minutes of chance here for the Vincent. A little bit of a push, well pushed out there by Daniel O'Brien, and Daniel clears it for Boardsmill. Up there towards Ian McLaughlin. Ian McLaughlin with the free, wastes no time, sends it up fast, up towards, but it's not meant. It's going to be meant there for Vinny Guy. Vinny can't hold on to it. It's the Vincent man. The ball breaks loose. It's cleared there by Eamon Riley over close to the far sideline, but it's been chased there. A little bit of a foul on the number 20 Ian Darby there, and it's going to be a free to Boardsmill from just about 2 metres in from the far sideline from the centre field. A dangerous drifting ball, a chance here, and yes, a goal for Boardsmill, and the man I think that scored it is the number 10 Paddy Guy, number 10 Paddy Guy, and now Boardsmill have gone in to the lead. 2 goals and 5 points to 10 points. The first time they have taken the lead so far. So it's 2 goals and 5 points to 10 points. Boardsmill now have the momentum. That's 11 points to 10 with about 4 minutes of time left. That's including 3 minutes of injury time. And what do we hear? We have a hot ball in the centre of the field. Certainly time's getting tense. Certainly tense moment. Vincent, who seemingly had the lead the whole time, but now it's Boardsmill who have made a desperate comeback. The ball breaking on the ground. It's gathered there by the number 6 there, Ronan Sheridan, the captain, and he wins a free. This could be vital, and certainly Vincent's need to make this converted, to make it count. Sent in there high up towards Tommy Ford and Seamus Guy, but Seamus wins it this time. Seamus playing with confidence, clears it out towards the 50-metre line, broken down, a loose ball, but kicked along the ground, and it's going to be gathered there eventually by Niall Talon. Niall Talon now pushed it out, gets it back in there towards David Callahan. David Callahan sends it low, but a great interception there by it looks like Daniel O'Brien. It was Daniel, certainly cleaned out of it there, but it's certainly a vital interception. Boardsmill now with a 1-point lead, 2 goals and 5 points to 10 points, and now we're almost in 15 seconds into injury time, about 3 minutes left, 2.5. Now it's down towards the number 14 Stephen Gibbons, playing out now about 55 metres on the middle of the field, wins a free, and certainly Boardsmill in no hurry to take this one. A point or a side, just waiting, time ticking away here in Park Talton. Sends it up high, a vital chance, broke down. Owen Dunn gets a touch to it, but it comes down there in towards the number 12 Vinny Guy the sub, trying to get it, but there's also a little bit of a tussle there with the Vincent, but still Vinny Guy going forward. The ball going to come close. It comes back in towards Stephen Gibbon. Stephen, with the man who got the goal shot, sends a high, ambitious ball, and it's over the bar. Another point here for a great kick from Stephen Gibbons, and certainly the Boardsmill have opened up a 2-point lead, so it's 2 goals and 6. Certainly Gibbons' long-range points certainly may be needed in both the intermediate and senior finals. And now we're a minute and a half of injury time. Boardsmill have a 2-point lead, and certainly the Vincents are under panic at this stage. But back in defence is Seamus Guy. Seamus Guy clears it over towards the line. Owen Dunn just can't hold on to it, but it's in the middle of the field. It doesn't matter. The Vincents coming forward again now. Time ticking away here in Park Tarleton. Just almost 1 minute and a half of injury time played. Another minute and a half left. Shamey Guy with the clearance out towards the line, still chased the Vincent, and there's going to be a free to the Vincents about 40 metres out, just over for the far line. It's actually a line ball, or is it? No, it is, and it's going to be taken now by Niall Tallon. Niall Tallon, certainly the Vincent certainly need to engineer a goal here at this stage. Niall Tallon now looks, he's going to send a high lobbing ball in. Sends it, but it's a low one, a drifting one, but it's gathered there, a dangerous chance here. It's gathered by Eamon Riley, but it goes out for a 45, a dangerous ball, well deflected by Stephen Masterson and Sean Riley, out for a 45, and I think Des Hamilton there is living on his nerves. He's with the cameraman, he can't believe it. His side have suddenly come from behind to go to 2 points in front. We're just about into the last 30 seconds of injury time, and it looks as if this stage that Boardsmill are going to go that one final more. 2003 to 2002, the Junior C. Vincent's with the shot, a drifting, dangerous ball, gathered, loose ball, comes out, and it's the Vincent's man going forward again, the number 11, David Callahan, but the ball is eventually cleared by bad clearance, a bit of a scrum. Is the referee going to hop it? Oh, he decides to give a penalty and this is, or no, he's blowing the full-time whistle, or has he? No, it's a penalty. So we're certainly in for a cliffhanger here. 2 goals and 6 points. Will the Vincents, that's a 2-point lead, will Boardsmill be denied by a last-minute penalty? Jinxie looking away. Certainly Richard Dunn, the man who scored 5 points for the Vincent, his chance to win this for the Vincent. Certainly Boardsmill will this as a vital. Stephen Masterson versus Richard Dunn. He comes up a vital pressure shot. Both managers on tenterhooks, because certainly after this the game is over. The shot is in the back of the net, and the Vincents go to 1 goal and 10. That's 13 points to Boardsmill's 2 goals and 6. And certainly at this stage we're into almost 4 minutes of injury time. Jerry McGivney about to blow the whistle here in Park Tarleton in a very entertaining Junior B title, and he blows it, in which St Vincent's win on the scoreline of 1 goal and 10 to Boardsmill's 2 goals and 6 with a penalty in injury time.
I'd ask you, first and foremost, please put your hands together for a tremendous display of football on both sides. I thought it was heartbreak there for a while for Neil Bunchen.